You're right. We are in the not yet for sure. But everything I've seen in my story and in the story of humanity is that God does what he says he's going to do.
Mhm.
I was thinking about that Easter weekend this year. There's this moment where the angel says to the women at the tomb, he's risen just as he said. And I kept thinking, just as he said, why an angel saying just as he said? And I know it was ringing a bell because that's exactly what happens in Luke's gospel when the shepherds go home marveling and praising God and just shocked that it happened just as the angels said, just as God had said through the angels, this is what I'm going to do. Bank on it, brothers. He says that again at the tomb. When
Mm.
you start to like pull that thread starting in Genesis all the way, sometimes what God says he's going to do takes hundreds of years, even millennia,
Yeah.
but he always does it. He always does. I was in this Bible study years ago where we went through the whole thing, and it was a lot. It was a lot of there was a lot of homework every week, and it was pretty intense. And that probably was the drumbeat that I took out of it, because we would go real deep, real specific, and over again, God would say, I'm going to do this. And
Mm.
then the writer of the study would point us to where he did it.
Mm.
So, this is the law of consistent behavior. We don't do that very well as humans. So it's very hard for us to imagine that what he says he will always do, he will.
Mm.
So when he says,
Yeah.
this is rescue, this is redemption, this is restoration, I'm on it. I get to choose whether or not I believe that he will do that. But so far, when I look behind me, he has this wake of faithfulness.
Wow.
I just think that's who he is. I don't know that I
Mm.
don't think he's capable of being anything but faithful. So in the
Mm.
waiting, in the not yet, that's where I'm planting my feet and my heart.